ladies. I didn't see you there. Would you guys like to set sail on this ocean of flavor with me? I'll be your captain. I'm Steve Harrington.
And I'm Collin.
And I'm Doug.
And I'm Whitney, and this is Skips Ahoy, a Stranger Things podcast where we talk about anything and everything Stranger Things. Way back in September 2022, we looked back on the first 4 seasons and ranked our favorite needle drops of the series to that point.
And now we're continuing our Stranger Things post-show with our definitive list of the best needle drops. my favorite thing to talk about, without a doubt.
Oh, absolutely. Get the record scratch going. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First, a couple other kind of ancillary Stranger Thingsy kind of related kind of things. Something Very Bad Is Going to Happen, which the Duffers executive produced, came out on Netflix last week. I've watched the first 3 episodes. I'm not overly impressed. I think it's more just kind of, I'm sure it ramps up a little bit. Whitney, you can tell me.
It does. I binged it, and it is not kid friendly, so our younger listeners be forewarned. But it is very graphic and very violent, and I was really sucked in. I couldn't stop watching it. I was literally watching it on in between edits at work, or just every free second I could watch it. And I told you guys that after I finished it, I was like, I loved it. I think you guys should watch it. And then the more I think about it, the more I'm like, wait a second, that didn't make sense. Or that didn't make sense. So now I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's very different, and it's not the Duffers just produced. They executive produced it. So
they didn't write it. I know Kate Treefry wrote an episode, and she's also an executive producer on it. So
it's very people were saying it was very David Lynch-esque, which I kind of maybe just the film, the coloring of the cinematography. Maybe
it is. It's shot well. I like how it's shot, but so far it's just kind of creepy.
I never got bored. I was never bored. I know you said you were. I was never bored. I was very sucked in and couldn't stop watching it.
Well, I mean, so far there's just a lot of kind of red herring-y kind of stuff, or weird camera angles, and somebody's watching, but you don't know that somebody's watching because so there's a lot of kind of
There's a lot of dog stuff that I had to skip.
Yep.
I had to skip, but I looked up, if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff, you can look up, does the dog die? And they have timestamps. So I knew when to skip over certain, and it's literally, it's not a part of the story. I don't know why they have to include stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't.
Yeah. I don't hate it, but I'm not enamored with it. So, I mean, I'll probably ride it out just to see, whatever.
Yeah. I told Collin, I just want him to finish it just so that I can see if he understands something more than I did, because I'm I mean, I've been on Reddit, and it seems like I'm the general consensus of wait, what?
Right.
But you think it's going one way, then it does a complete left turn, and then it swings back around, and it's just, it was a wild ride. I was not ever bored. I'll say that. Yeah.
I've been through one left turn, so I still got 1 to go. So
no, you have 2 to go.
I got 2 to go. Okay. I've already had 1. So
yeah, you've 2 to go. Okay. And I mean, Jennifer Jason Leigh, it's very, what was that show? I never watched it. It's based on a book. I think it's I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Did you guys watch that show on Netflix?
Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. It
I didn't watch it, but it reminds me of that trailer. I remember the trailer for that show, and I think it kind of has that same vibe.
Yeah, it is. I mean, so far it's just kind of creepy, suspenseful, kind of off kilter, kind of, keeping you guessing kind of thing. So far. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. I would like people to watch it just so I can talk about it, but just don't go in expecting too much, maybe.
And then the other thing is
dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is not a spoiler. The dad is a taxiderm, he does taxidermy as a hobby.
Right.
And so they keep their dogs. They only get one specific breed of dog, and they keep them after they die.
Oh, and they have a collection?
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
literally all around the house. Yeah.
Oh, that's like
Yeah.
Coraline.
And there's
And
a
he
scene.
showed
There's a
where
scene of
he
him taxidermying.
actually
Yeah.
taxidermying a dog, and I only saw like a split second of it, and I just fast forwarded it because it didn't leave anything out. I mean,
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the show at all. It's just
no.
yeah. So, and then we got a new Stranger Things Tales of 85 trailer that comes out, where are we? 1, 2, 3 weeks from the drop of this episode on the 23rd. So there's the new trailer for that. It does still kind of look,
It looks cute.
it looks cute and interesting. The voices are impressive so far that I've seen. And
The
there's a couple,
Dustin kid sounds just like him, I
yeah,
think.
and there's a couple new
Yeah, that one seems
characters.
good.
So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see where they take it.
Of course,
So,
the new cool kid I saw.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, but we'll post a link to the trailer in the socials so you guys can check that out if you haven't already, or just go on Netflix. It's right there. So, but that's about it for housekeeping, and we can just kind of jump right into our needle drops. We each have lists, and then we have some. Well, I have a normal size list. Whitney has a mini list, and Doug, has lists for
Yeah,
everybody.
I went a little Quinn on it. Where's Quinn?
Oh, Quinn got so mad, I think, that he left I mean,
I
he
know.
hasn't officially left, but I think he's like me. He hated it so much, he's like, forget it. I'm never talking about it again.
Yeah, could be.
His mind exploded.
He hated it.
So I
You would
got
have sent us
5.
50 songs, so it worked out.
Right. Look, your list is an entire page on the show notes.
There you go.
Including bad needle drops too. So it's not only good ones, it's the and honorable mentions. So yeah, you got all your bases covered. So
There we go.
okay. So let me go ahead and start. And I went back and I looked at my original list, and it's still kind of the same, but I do have 2 new ones on there, and I did a little bit of reshuffling, and then I added this one that comes in at number 5, which and I kind of ranked these as kind of how impactful they were in the moment, and or if I hear the song now, it makes me think of Stranger Things.
I like that.
So this one definitely does. My number 5, it's from episode 4 of season 4, Dear Billy. It's when Robin and Nancy are in Penhurst talking with Freddy Krueger. And it's kind of in the whole story, and then it also gets reprised throughout the series, including at the skate park when Elle has the vision in Max's brain and goes to the skate park. So it's "Dream a Little Dream of Me" by Ella Fitzgerald with Louis Armstrong.
Dream a little dream of me. Say nighty night and kiss me.
Yeah, so that's just one that whenever I hear that song, which is not often, it's not one that's played on the radio too often, but
Sure.
if I think of season 4, particularly if I think of Dear Billy, that's one song that kind of sticks with me.
Yeah.
My number 4 is from season 5. We talked about it at the time, and it was such an iconic needle drop in the show, and of course, it's When Doves Cry.
This is Purple Rain.
God damn it, I did it again. I'm sitting there, I'm like singing along. I'm like, yep. Because I did it in the show too. I'm like, I played the wrong track. I have them mislabeled, I think, in my files, so I pulled them off. So
We all know what it sounds
whatever.
like.
We'll just say the Purple Rain When Doves Cry double feature was was the song I was going for. It's so funny, and I'm just sitting there. Like, wait a second.
Mm-hmm.
My number 3. We did a lot of talk at the time when we did We Want These 80s songs about trailerized versions of things and remixed versions of things. And I think this is not only one of probably the best trailerized version of a song that was used in the show, but is one of the best trailerized versions of a song, period, in music. And it's the remix version of Separate Ways from the end of season 4. So good. I love
good.
And it's actually, I like it better than the original version, and I like the original version a lot back in the 80s. So yeah, it's crazy. It was remixed so well. So it's the Bryce Miller Alloy Tracks remix. So and then it's on the soundtrack, so you guys can listen to that whenever you want. It's up on Spotify and Apple and everything.
Are you a big Journey guy, Collin?
I was a Separate Ways guy. I was not an Open Arms, Faithfully.
Oh,
I was not that kind of Journey.
Too soft for you, Collin?
I don't know. It was, I think I was of an age. It was junior high school. It was,
Sure.
all the dances and I mean, good Lord, Faithfully and Open Arms were like everywhere at every dance.
Right.
And it was just, ugh.
There might
My
be-
number two.
Hang on. I want to talk a little Journey.
Oh, let's talk Journey. Sure.
There's some Journey songs that I become so cheesy.
Yeah.
And just love it. They're so polarizing for me, just unto themselves, right? Like, what's that one tune? Summer Nights song? I don't even know what it's called because I'm not super into Journey. But man, like if the right Journey song hits me, man, I'm rolling down the windows and I'm screaming it really loud.
Oh,
but
Separate Ways. Separate Ways is totally like that. I remember
sure.
learning to play it on the keyboard when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, dee, 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 dee. I loved it. And the video, I absolutely love that song. I just didn't, I wasn't as enamored with Faithfully and Open Arms and, that kind of stuff. So,
there's nothing that makes me want to just shoot myself more than being in a bar and having Don't Stop Believing come on and listening to I'm just
Lord.
like, can we, oh my God, white people, can we just
thinking about tomorrow, don't...
What? No, that's Fleetwood Mac. Don't
that is
stop.
Fleetwood Mac, isn't it? Oh, you're right.
I'm messing it all up.
I am I gotta figure what's in my drink here. I thought this was just cranberry juice, but I don't know. Maybe you're right. It was so funny because when you started talking about Fleetwood Mac, that's the song, or when you started about Journey, that was the song that came in my head, and I'm like, nope, that's not gonna work either.
Anyway, sorry for the Journey tangent.
No, that's fine. My number two was not technically a needle drop because it's not, but we'll go with it. And, anybody who knows anything about me knows this, this is me in a nutshell with this show. So it's Gaten and Gabriella doing the Never Ending Story from chapter 8 of season 3.
Make believe I'm everywhere, getting in the light. Written on the pages is the answer to our never-ending story.
I swear to God, I've watched that episode more than 20 times. I always get like the full body chills.
It's hilarious.
Whenever that song comes on.
I'll never forget the first time I saw it. My jaw was dropped wide open. It was so funny.
It was hilarious. Yeah. It was so welcome in that moment because we were right in the middle of, Battle of Starcourt and the monster and Billy in the parking lot and everything was going on. And just to have that happen, it was so brilliant. And I still, my two favorite shots in the entire run of the show, one was season 4 with the bike flip, right? We all know how much I love that. The other one, we talked about it at the time too, is the shot while they're singing that of Hopper standing next to the safe that they're trying to crack into with Planck's constant. And it's just a faraway shot and the camera's pulling back and he's just standing there kind of looking back over his shoulder, wondering what on God's green earth is going on. Why,
right.
What is this song doing? So
I love Max and Lucas singing it later. I think I like that even more.
That is good. Yeah, that is so good. So that's my number two. My number one.
Do we get that part right? Exposed behind the clouds.
Right. My number one surprised me because it was never even the cover version that we got earlier in the show was not a favorite song of mine. And I was never a big fan of this artist empirically, which I know is sacrilegious and anti-music and everything. I didn't hate him, but I just didn't get into him. But from now on, whenever I hear this song, I will be thinking of Stranger Things and getting a little bit misty-eyed. It's David Bowie's Heroes from the closing credits of the show.
We can be them forever and ever. Oh, we can be heroes.
it's not a song I'm going to hear a lot, I'm sure, on the radio going forward, but every time I hear it, I'm going to immediately be taken right back to the end of Stranger Things. So,
Yeah, I will never hear that song the same ever again.
yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And the way that they sort of, we mentioned it before, like sort of built up to it. I'm like, what are they about to? Oh, it is Heroes.
Yeah. Yeah. And then just to have the player's manual, illustrations going over, it was so good. I just remember just sitting there watching it and just, I would get weepy about it later, but in the moment, it was just such a, I don't know, just such a.
It was very
calming-
uplifting.
Yeah, it was just a great moment. And it was just because of that needle drop. I mean, if they had put When Doves Cry there or Purple Rain there or something, it would not have had the same effect, I don't think.
No.
It just because of the history of Heroes, the Peter Gabriel version in the show earlier, season, in the earlier seasons, it was just so poignant and so perfectly well done.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my top 5. Dream a Little Dream of Me, When Doves Cry, Purple Rain, whatever, pick a song, Separate Ways, or any other Fleetwood Mac song.
What?
Never Ending Story and Heroes.
Yeah, that's right. What fell out of your top 5 since last time?
I think I had. I mean, I can certainly look, but I think I had Vera Miles. We'll meet again. Don't know how. Don't know
Oh,
how.
yeah.
That one.
I was asking my girls about their favorites, and they actually mentioned that. They're like, I really like that. It's a really slow song when everyone's melting.
No, I didn't actually. I had Twist of Fate was number 5.
Oh, of course.
Hazy Shade of Winter was number 4. Deep by Peter Sandberg, which is the one that's when Elle's reading Hop's letter at the end of season 3, and then at the reunion at the end of season 4. Master of Puppets, and then Never Ending Story. So those were my top 5 after season 4. So I kept Never Ending Story, and I ditched the other 4. So
Wow.
yeah. But I do
Total
love Twist of Fate.
retrospect.
If I hadn't had an honorable mention, it would have been Twist of Fate, because that's another one that was not a very popular song. I mean, I kind of knew it, but
Yeah.
again, if I ever want to think about Stranger Things, all I have to do is play that, and I'm taken right back to the snowball.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a really neat moment. Whitney's 5 at the time, back in 22 after season 4, were American Pie, Running Up That Hill, Separate Ways, When It's Cold I'd Like to Die, and You Don't Mess Around with Jim. So those were her top 5. So
Nice.
depending if she rejoins us by the end, we can have her play hers. But if not, I have the clips, and we can talk about it in absentia. But go ahead and hit me with however many of the, was it 406 songs that you
Oh, jeepers creepers. You know what? Let's do, before I do my top, let's do my most terrible needle drop rank.
Okay.
Because some of these I'm just like, oh my God, for a show that's so good at these needle drops, some of them are just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I did a top 6 for my for my least favorite needle drops.
Sure.
First one is just, I like, why? California Dreamin' by the Beach Boys from their 1986 compilation Made in the USA from season 4, episode 1. Hit us with a clip. I want to hear how bad it is.
California dreaming on such a winter's day.
Yeah, that's one. There's another one more egregious later that we'll talk about, but that's one of those that's just too on point.
Yeah.
It's too obvious. They're in California. They need to set up the fact that they're in California.
Yeah.
It is in the very first episode of them being in California, and it is the
Yes.
first song we hear when they're in California. So of course it has to be California. It's just, I don't know.
The
It was
only
kinda-
thing it's
kinda-
got going on it is that it was released at a proper time.
Right.
But I mean, right. So on the nose.
Yeah.
Such a bad song. All it did was make me think of the wonderful version by the Mamas and the Papas.
I was going to say, if they had played the original version, maybe, that
Yeah.
would have been a little bit better, but still
Yeah.
very on the nose. So, yeah.
Oh, all right. My number 5 most intolerable needle drop is one of Whitney's favorites, American Pie from 3-3. We don't need a clip to that, but
No.
I was just like, what is this? What are we trying to, like, all of a sudden the Duffers are trying to be, have their, like, Steelers wheel moment from Reservoir Dogs put in some.
I was trying to figure it out, and the nearest I can figure is it was because it was with the dinner with the parents, right?
Yeah,
So it was kind of like the Boomer song that they had to play because of
maybe.
it was the Holloways at the dinner, and so
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah,
It
that
seemed
was
all like overly attempting to be ironic and
yeah,
clever, and I was like, meh,
sure,
I pass.
yeah.
All right. My number 4 least enjoyable was maybe I'll get some flack on this because I don't know, I might be in the minority, but Whip It by Devo from 80 from their album Freedom of Choice and 2-1 to open up the arcade.
Yeah,
I just thought that it was I mean, first of all, Whip It is just like a goofy song, right?
it is.
Like, you know, I wanted something like exciting and like a more like energizing, like, yeah, we're at the arcade. You know what I
Well, yeah,
mean?
it was an old song at that point. It
This is
was,
true.
where are we? 4 years old. They could have picked any song from 83, 84
Yeah.
to play instead.
84, the
The
greatest
kind
year
of
in
song
music,
that,
too.
you would have been hearing it in arcade,
Right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
so
It's right, exactly. It seemed like an appropriate time to play something contemporary for the moment that they would be listening to in the arcade.
yeah,
Hmm.
but no. I mean, it's a good song by itself. I kind of like the song. I remember liking it
Sure, sure.
when I was, younger too, but yeah, I get what
Yeah.
you're saying.
All right, number 3, major objection. Oh yeah, by Yellow. Oh, I was just so bummed out that they chose to sneak this in season 5, episode 3, when, first of all, Dustin is really annoying me at that part, so that doesn't help either. But I'm just like, all right, like, this is when I was getting pretty mad at season 5 in the early goings, where I'm just like, instead of trying to hit this cliche throwback to an 80s in cinema moment with Ferris Bueller, how about you get back to your roots and play me some killer tunes, Stranger Things?
Right.
Like, I didn't need it.
Yeah, this is the quintessential 80s trope song,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's like you say, give me a song from the 80s. If it's a good song, it's probably New Order by, New Order, it's Blue Monday. That's just kind of like 80s
Yeah.
song. But this is the other end of the spectrum. It's like the tired, every time somebody says something 80s, any
Right.
commercial, any movie, Secret of
Yeah.
My Success, Ferris
Yeah.
Bueller's Day Off. It was in everything
like
and everywhere. So yeah. And I'm not even going to give him the satisfaction of playing it here. I have
There
the
we
clip
go.
right
No
there.
clip.
I'm not even going to play it. Nope.
I was like, what is this? A double bubble commercial? Or
Right.
it's like a chewing gum commercial. Ay, ay, ay.
Yep.
All right, number 2. Harry talks about this later, so I won't steal too much of his thunder, but it's Runaway by Bon Jovi to start off Elle's arrival in Chicago in 2-7, The
Yep.
Lost Sister. Just the most on the nose. Plus, I just hate Bon Jovi so much. I just wanted to badmouth him a little bit more.
It is kind of weird because I remember liking them when I was a teenager, and I don't know where it kind of turned over in my brain, but I'm right with you. I'm not at all a Bon Jovi fan, but yeah, this is the one we were just talking about. We said, sure, California Dreamin's on point. This one's really on point.
Oh, yeah.
And just did not play well, and of course it either had the misfortune of or contributed to the misfortune of
I think
the
it
Lost
contributed.
Sister, being in the Lost Sister episode. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and my number 1 needle drop that I just absolutely hate is ye old Ted Nugent's Wango Tango. Let's play the clip. I want to hear how bad this is.
Sure. Now, I will say it fits for Billy. It's, it fits in the moment. He's about as Ted Nugent as they come, as far as
Yeah, I think so.
know.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I was really we'll get to like one of my more favorite ones is when he's listening to Four Horsemen by Metallica in his room, but
right.
like I don't know, this song just seems so off for the scene. Like
Yes.
this song is goofy and the scene was like menacing
Yeah.
and it was incongruous. I was just like, we could have picked like Deep Purple's Highway Star or something like a driving song.
Right. Exactly.
or like a more just like a scarier metal tune.
Plus, I mean, not to get political, but why give Ted Nugent any any any
You couldn't,
more?
you couldn't resist, Colin.
I had to. I'll just throw it in there. But
Yeah,
moving on. But yeah,
there we go.
not
so
it
those
is
are all
it
my
is not a
gripes.
good song, and but yeah, I think it fit for Billy perhaps later in the show or something like that. But it's
Yeah,
kind of that was really kind of our first introduction to Billy. To have that be the song. So yeah,
yeah.
no, I get it.
It's like, and like when he's like hitting the beat on his steering wheel, I'm like, that's not even going to the beat of the song.
No.
I don't
Yeah, that was fixed in post or unfixed in post, I'm sure. Yeah.
right.
All
All
right.
right.
Palette
Sorry to rant and
cleansers.
rave.
Give,
I
me-
just
give me give me some good ones.
All right. There were so many. I just want to talk about so many of them. I'll just hit the season 5 ones that I just loved. I love the Pixies. That was just so much fun. I loved Human Cannonball. Harry was talking about that one later. We'll save him the honor. Big fan of Spellbound
Hmm.
at the end of season 4. It's just in the credits of 4-9, but that
Right.
really just captures the vibe. And usually
Look,
I'm
mommy,
not too
it's snowing. Yeah.
right. And usually I'm not too into the standalone credit song, but that
Hmm.
one really really hit
Yeah,
me.
that
And
was
I
a really
always
good one.
yeah. And then just jumping back to the earlier seasons, there were so many good ones just that were very short.
There were,
So I
yeah.
couldn't really pick a bunch of stuff that was, that would make my top 5, but
Yeah, one of them I had completely forgotten was even in the show. When I saw your list, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, it was. So because it's not even listed on TuneFind, and I don't think we even discussed it at the time when we talked about music in the episode. It's just so
oh,
quick and in the background. Well, let's skip ahead to it. It's the gentleman, what you call it? The
Open the Door by Gentlemen After Dark.
yeah, I'm trying to find the.
Oh, this is a great tune.
Here it is. Yeah.
Love that was new to you. You open up the door. I fall below my feet. I crawl out on the floor.
Yeah, so that's
Oh.
it's Jonathan and Nancy getting ready to go into the
Yeah, they
Hawkins
wake
Post.
up.
Yeah.
Nancy's jumping out of the window. It's super fun.
Yeah, because I mean the song that I associate a little bit later with them in the Hawkins Post is the Huey Lewis "Working for a Living,"
Right.
right?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
that's very prominent. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's just kind of in the background. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, and that song continues to play for quite a while. You get a good minute or 90 seconds of the song because it plays in the background as Dustin is driving with his mom,
Mhm.
trying to reach everybody on the walkie, just cursing at
Right.
everybody. And then it comes back to Jonathan and Nancy, I think, as well. So you get a good chunk of that song, and that's such a fun song.
it is, and it was kind of one of those kind of forgotten '80s classics.
Yeah.
It would have been on one of those KTEL 8 tracks or something that the lost. The lost classics of the '80s. But yeah, it's a good song too, which helps its cause. So
Totally. So I mentioned Four Horsemen in by Metallica from 2-8, Billy in His Room. I just love that one. Got to mention Atmosphere by Joy Division in The Body 1-4. I mean, so good.
In silence, don't walk away. In silence.
so Joy Division and New Order are just '80s to me. They're so good.
Oh, so then I think I texted you guys. I've been watching season 2, and
Hmm.
man, I am on a season 2 burner right now, man. I
Yeah.
am like, whoa, this is pretty great, and I don't know why I didn't like it until I just started rewatching it. Like, I would have listed 2 as my least favorite well, until 5, but
Yeah.
and now I'm like, this might be the best. And
Yeah,
now I'm seeing why
is
people,
good.
because there's 3 amazing needle drops early on in it, and they're just quick snippets. So the first one is Just Another Day by Oingo Boingo in 2-1. Hit the clip, Colin.
I'm getting it. Everything's all out of order here.
Oh,
Hang on.
sorry. I'm bouncing
No,
all over.
well, we skipped Whitney, so I'm trying. There we go.
Yeah.
Just another day, there's murder in the air. It drags me when I walk, I smell it everywhere. It's just another day when people cling to light. They drive away the fear that comes with every night. It's just another.
Yeah, good song. I was like one of the kind of like a closet Oingo Boingo fan, like Weird Science and all that stuff. It's really, really good. So Whitney has rejoined us. Okay,
All right, another good quick
Doug's
drops
already.
in-
I've done mine. Doug has done his terrible ones, and now he's just going back and doing his good ones. So
Okay.
Season 2, they sneak in The Ghost in You by the Psychedelic Furs in 2-3. Nancy and Jonathan sitting on the hood of the car.
it's another one of those bands that I forget that I like.
Yeah. They're really amazing.
Yeah.
Totally. And then, of course, my favorite Queen song in 2-6 when Dustin and Steve are just driving in the car. A little Hammer to Fall.
Every night and every day, a little piece of you is falling away. But let your fires, the rusty wailing, build your muscles as your body decays. Yeah.
Such a good song. That might actually be my favorite Queen song. Actually,
Yeah,
there's a
look at
lot,
that.
but that's a good one.
I love it. All right. Official top 5.
Okay.
Episode 3, or Season 3, Episode 2. Whitney's favorite, Mallrats. I love Get Up and Go from the Go-Go's. So much fun. They got the little bass intro as they're getting in the car, and then they flash over to the mall.
Yep.
A little intro to the hot dog on the stick going into the deep fryer, people flirting up and down the escalator. It's just
Orange
glorious.
Julius. Orange Julius.
There we go. Yeah, they're throwing the oranges at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's super good.
Really good.
All right, here's my controversial pick, my number 4, and this I did not know this song until I heard it in this series, and it is one of my favorite songs ever now.
Wow.
I was just like, what is this song? Because I love it, and this is the song that ends The Lost Sister, and it is "Whisper to a Scream" by Icicle World.
We are the children, finding a way around the decision. We are.
Such a good
You
song.
know what famous movie that song ends? It's a different band singing it as a cover of it, but
Scream.
Oh,
yeah,
in
Scream.
Scream.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Oh.
last song in Scream. It's
Mhm.
the end credit song.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense because I've never seen Scream all the way through.
Ooh, it's good.
What?
I've seen the parts,
On
How is that
purpose?
even possible? Like,
On
do you not
purpose?
want to?
It just didn't. It just didn't happen.
I
Yeah.
saw that
I wasn't
movie
avoiding it.
Yeah.
multiple times in the
Yeah,
theater.
many times I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm not
I can
not
quote it.
I'm not a horror guy, but I love that movie. It's
Yeah.
really, really good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
It
sorry
is
to let you
very-
guys down.
It's very meta. And they're very intentionally and very smartly poking fun of themselves through the entire movie. It is really, really well written.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really,
I'm
really like it.
surprised you've never seen that.
Yeah.
I really think you would actually really like it.
Yeah, I do too.
I saw all the scary movies.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, but those aren't the same.
But yeah, very, very good.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
Yep.
I mean, I know the whole gist of it, but
Yeah.
All right, my number
Hello,
3.
Sydney.
Oh. My number 3 is from season 1, episode 2. I could never get over it. This
R.I.P.
this
Barb. Yeah.
oh, this song made me love this show instantly. Hazy Shade of Winter by the Bangles.
Look around, leaves are brown, and the sky is a hazy shade of winter.
Hang on to your homes.
That song is also in the Umbrella Academy.
Oh,
There's quite a bit of overlap. It's like that. Not the first time we've
Wow.
talked about songs that are in both. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. That's
Good
right.
song. Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
my eyes were
That's probably
wide.
my favorite Bengals song.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not Manic Monday.
Yeah, I'm not a Manic Monday fan.
Oh, I
Not
love
a
Manic Monday.
fan. Oh,
What's this song? I got to look it up. It was kind of one of their lesser known songs. It's not Eternal Flame. It's not Walk Like an Egyptian. Be With You by the Bengals is probably my favorite Bengals song. I really like that one. Of course, I'm just madly in love with Susanna Hoffs, so that's
oh
part of my
yeah.
problem.
I mean, mm-hmm.
Yep.
I am
Still,
a
to this day.
closet Eternal Flame fan. I love that song. It melts my heart. I love it so much.
It's so cheesy, but it's actually good cheesy. I'm with you.
Fantastic.
It's not a bad song. No.
It's wonderful. All right, my number 2 is just like yours, Colin. Number 1, Heroes by David Bowie from 5/8.
So
It was
good.
perfect.
Yeah, really, really good.
I do want to give some cred to Peter Gabriel's Heroes. Like that playing at the end of season 3 at one point was my favorite needle drop. Like
Yeah.
I was bawling my eyes out at that, and I was so into them bringing that back from season 1 at the time.
Yeah.
I really liked it a lot.
Well, all the stuff around Will's body and when they're racing out to the quarry to find him and all that stuff. It's when it's playing there. That's really good too. So yeah.
Oh yeah, very powerful.
But like I said, that's why I think the Bowie version at the end resonated so much is because we'd already had the cover version twice earlier in the show. So it was kind of like a running theme, and then they finally ended with the original. So yeah.
Yeah. Was Bowie big for your generation, Colin?
I missed the Ziggy Stardust
Right.
side of things. So I first heard David Bowie with China Girl and Modern Love, which I love Modern Love. Did not like China Girl very much.
I'm not a big China Girl fan either.
I didn't like Let's Dance either.
I
So
like
that was when I had my Bowie introduction. So I missed all of the Ziggy Stardust until much later.
Sure.
So
For my generation, I'm curious if you're like this, Whitney. Like, so I'm an old millennial growing up in the hipster aughts. We went bananas for David Bowie. Like he was our god. It was a resurgence for my scene,
like the fame end
all
of
of it,
things and
just all of it.
Okay.
A lot of Let's Dance, the album, Modern Love and Heroes,
Yep.
and we are into Low, things like that, Speed of Light, and just even the old stuff, Honky Dory.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that I missed that. It's kind of the same thing, and I know this is almost sacrilegious to say. My introduction to Led Zeppelin was Robert Plant doing like Sea of Love and all his Honey Dripper stuff.
Oh,
I kind of missed. I mean, I knew Robert Plant before I knew Led Zeppelin. Now I have since made up for it and gone back and love Led Zeppelin and have like deep dive. I remember I spent a whole summer like seriously deep diving. I went through all of their albums and love them. But yeah,
Led Zeppelin's like that, right?
Yeah.
Like I will not listen to them for like 5 years, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, I need to listen to this completely all the time now.
Yeah, I need to listen to all of it all the time. Yep.
Did you see the Becoming Led Zeppelin documentary on Netflix?
Nope.
Oh, it's excellent. It's really good. I
Robert
highly
Plant
recommend it.
hated Stairway to Heaven.
Oh, did he?
I won't fight you on that or disagree because I can imagine. Sure.
Yeah.
Did not like it. You guys would have been appalled at the stuff that I listened to. I listened to nothing in high school. I listened to nothing but like Tupac,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg, NWA.
Yeah.
I listened to that.
Yeah. I was a huge Tupac fan.
I went to, and man, what a monster he turned out to be. But Diddy, I went to
Diddy
Puffy's concert, and it was Puffy, Little Kim, Usher, 112, Busta Rhymes.
Oh, 112 was big in middle school. I remember.
Mace.
Biggie must have been there.
No,
Was
he
it after he died?
It was right after he died.
Okay.
It was like his fair. It was when they came out with "Missing You," so they did like his farewell tour.
Okay.
Who else was there? Foxy Brown.
Good Lord. That's
it was
quite...
like
That's quite the
insane.
show. Yeah.
Yeah. It was an insane amount of people
No,
there.
I was,
And I mean, that was all. I just listened to nothing but rap.
Yeah.
Like
Hip-hop
I
gal.
probably had never heard, like I knew Led Zeppelin, but I had probably never heard Stairway to Heaven until I was in college.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, no, it's
because.
true. I think I was in college and somebody had the big, huge poster that has the lyrics. It's like
Mhm.
the black and white poster with I think it's like a woman under a tree or something. And it's,
Yeah.
and I literally like, I was, I was promptly shunned, and beaten about the face multiple times. And I said, what's that song? So yeah, I'm right with you. I just wasn't,
I just
I mean, my
didn't grow
parents
up
didn't
in
listen
like
to
a
it. I didn't listen to
no.
it. Yeah.
I didn't grow up in like a super like musically like pop culture family. Like
Right.
anything pop culture I typically just picked it up either from Jason because he was 6 years older than me. So I mean that's why I was listening to like NWA and Beastie Boys and stuff
Right.
was because of him. But
Yep.
then, when I was in high school, by the time I got my license, it was LL Cool J. And I mean, I loved Tupac. Loved him.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Ladies love Cool James. So, that's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah, we sure did.
Yep. All right. Back to your list, Doug. You got one
All
left.
right. My number one song. There was only one scene better than the epilogue and the final scene in season 5 that culminates with Heroes, and that is the Snowball from season 2, episode 9. And when I think of the Snowball, I think of Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper from
You kind
1980.
of sounded like Casey Kasem there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of funny. Your voice you had like a little Casey Kasem thing going on there. It was kind of funny. I liked it.
If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time.
Oh, this song is so good. I mean, it tugs at all the heartstrings.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so perfect
I always
as
tell
a
Evie.
representative of the era,
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead, Whitney. Sorry.
I always tell Evie that that's the song I want played at my funeral. She gets real upset with me. She's like, Mom, don't say that.
Yeah. No, that'd be a good one. Yeah.
That's what I want.
I love it.
Twist of Fate is great, of course, to start it off. And then, Every Breath You Take is great too.
Yep.
I'm not putting that down. But that one,
Yeah, no, it's good.
it's
a good-
not as fitting. You know what I mean?
right. Exactly. Yep.
And, Dustin's dancing with Nancy during it. It's really about like during that song is during the scene when these kids are struggling, right? And I was a nerd. I was scared at the dances too. I was sitting on the bleachers like Dustin.
Sure.
And that's oh man, like they nailed it. It's so good.
No, I agree. I'm 100%. And
Cool.
it's I think just because of the way that I picked mine, it was never going to make it because
Sure.
I've loved that song forever and I've loved that whole album forever.
Mhm.
So it would take something like catastrophic or, mind-blowingly, important to change, my love of that song. But that's, I think, why Heroes resonated with me because I knew the song, but it was never a favorite of mine. It was never one that I listened to a whole lot. So, but yeah, I totally get what you're saying. So,
Yeah.
all right, Whitney, we'll back up and do yours if you'd like.
Yeah. So obviously I'm not as like into the music as the guys are, but I still have my favorites. So number 3 is that's from Mallrats, isn't it? 3-2? That's Mallrats. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Mhm. Yeah, because Susie Duty
It's-
Copy was.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's the little montage scene with Material Girl because who doesn't love a montage?
Right.
Cause we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. You know that we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl.
I can remember when that video came out when I was little,
Mhm.
and I can remember being just mesmerized by Madonna in her pink dress. Like
Oh, yeah.
I remember for a while could not decipher between thought Madonna was Marilyn Monroe. Like
Oh,
in
sure.
my head, they were the same person.
Oh,
So
I get that. Yeah.
it's just again, just super fun, like the show used to be.
Right.
Um,
Speaking
and
of, your
speaking
number 2.
of, my number 2 is actually just the season 3 trailer in general, because it does the trailerized version of Bob O'Reilly, and I can just remember being so excited when that trailer came out, and
Yep.
and that season lived up to the trailer.
Yep.
Out here in the fields, I found for my meals.
So good.
It's
And
so
that's another
good.
trailerized version that's really, really good. And it's also available
Yes.
on soundtrack. So
I almost put in the season 2 trailer just because I love that trailerized version of Thriller,
Mhm.
and just the way everything lines up with the beat to the song, and you've got like Steve dancing at the party, and it all like lines up with the beat. So that
Yep.
it almost made my list. But
yeah, it's perfect.
my number 1 is, well, you picked it from you've got he's first sang it.
From the original. Yeah.
Yes. So it's You Don't Mess Around with Jim. And it's my scene though is season 3, right after. Do we have the sound bite?
Well, yeah, it's, hang on.
I don't know if you had it still on. If you don't, it's fine.
No, it's here.
On the-
Nothing. There's nothing wrong with Nana.
So good.
It's my favorite. And then he gets so excited when he gets in the car and he's singing.
Yep. Yeah,
It's so good.
that'll never be off the soundboard. We could start doing a whole new podcast. I'm going to keep some of these sounds on a soundboard. So yeah, but yeah, here's.
And they say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull a mask off an old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim.
Just the
Just so good.
Hopper dancing.
That's definitely in my top 5, and I left it out just so you had to.
I know.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that's mine, like
Yep.
just because of Nana.
Yep.
Have either of you guys watched him in his new show, DTF?
No, I haven't
No.
actually.
I tried. Those bad feelings.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. It doesn't seem like my kind of vibe, but I don't know.
I really only got like, and of course I was watching it like right after Memo died, so I wasn't really in the mood for something that wasn't light,
Yeah.
and it was kind of dark. So I was like, we turned it off about 20 minutes in because I was like, I just can't do this right now.
Yeah.
So
No, I get it. All right, we ready to break and get into some emails, or is there more music we gotta
No.
chat
Let's
about?
do it.
no, let's do
Music.
emails.
All right.
Okay, our first one is from Heather, and she says, "Hey gang, just to quickly piggyback on Doug's mention of the kids' bedrooms being his most spirited, I wanted to share a photo of my parents' bedding circa 1983. That's my mom and me, an exact match to Holly's wallpaper. The 80s vibes are way too few and far between this season, but I got a kick out of this one, Heather. And then we have a pic if you are watching on YouTube.
Yep. So adorable. It's just ridiculous.
Mhm.
Yeah. I love how pictures look like, there's just an 80s look.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just bizarre to
It
me.
is.
Yeah. That's such an 80s picture.
Well, I mean, I feel like
Thank
it's
you.
almost like any decade. You can be like, oh, that was from the 70s, or that was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And nothing to do with necessarily the fashion. It's just like
No.
the tint
Yes.
of the picture or something. I don't know
It's
what
just
it
how
is.
people look, I
Yeah,
feel. It's
yeah.
just, I don't know.
Yeah. But thank you, Heather,
Yeah.
for sending that in. That's awesome. Love it.
All right, next one is from Luke. He says, Doug has been converted. He has come to the light. Partially. He needs to be angrier and less satisfied. I took that to heart, Luke. That's why I made my terrible needle drops list.
There you go.
But I need to be more cranky. I'm officially caught up on your recent episodes, relatively new to the pod, still catching up on the older ones. Just finished your Stephen King one when it comes to the older ones. I don't know how many left I have until I've heard every single one. Anyhow, I don't know if you've
There are
realized.
60. 60,
Yeah.
or 60 like bonus episodes, I think we did. Yeah.
But I did a tiny calculation, assuming your episodes run times average out to an hour, and discovered that not after I showed up. Sorry, Luke.
Not lately.
No.
Not bloody lately.
I thought Collin was going to kick me off the show after the first two because he kept saying, "Well, that was the longest episode ever."
Oh,
Well,
I mean, we started out, we also didn't have a lot of emails, obviously, when we started out and everything. So it was really just us talking. So after like 40 minutes, we were done. And then, then we started getting emails, and then I started doing segments. And
are you talking about when we started out? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about when Doug started. Yeah.
No, when Doug started out, it was like 4.5 hours. And then we just kind of winnowed it down.
Shut up.
it was only like an hour and 20 minutes the first time, but
Yeah.
that was a record. Then we proceeded to shatter that record.
Oh my
Right.
gosh. Yes.
Very sorry. And discovered that once I finish all your episodes, I will have spent a little over 4.5 days listening to you talk. It's funny. Has it ever struck you that due to this pod, there are people out there, strangers to you, who have spent days of their lives listening to watching you?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought the thought might interest you. I'm glad to hear my prior email did at least provide you with some entertainment. And it turns out I was correct in convincing Doug. Convicting Doug or convincing Doug?
Convincing, probably. Yes.
Yes. Anyway,
Or converting. Could be converting too.
Converting Doug. Whatever. I just wanted to chill out, Luke.
Right.
Anyway, steering hard away from my rambling, I do have something small to add to the needle drop discussion. In my pursuit of 70s needlessly
Needles drops.
Needles drops for my script, I found several lyrical songs that I enjoy. Some of those also fit well into Stranger Things. Number 1, Subterranean Homesick Blues by Bob Dylan.
John is in the basement mixing up the medicine. I'm on the pavement thinking about the government. The man in a trench coat, badge out, laid off, says he's got a bad cough, wants to get it paid off. Look out, kid.
Love Bob Dylan. This chaotic piece
I was
would
just
make...
about to be like, I have never liked Bob Dylan.
I mean, he's definitely an acquired taste.
I love his son. I love his son's one song.
Oh,
Sure. One song.
The
Yep.
Wallflowers.
Yes, I love that song. Though.
One Headlight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Come on. That is a great song.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great song.
That is a great song. All right, this chaotic piece would make a good song for the ever-present Stranger Things theme of chaos in motor vehicles. It could have been played when Steve chased the demo, for example.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I used to be very against Bob Dylan, and then I got a little older and something happened. I don't know what happened.
I think mine is mostly just
I mean, he's got a terrible voice.
Yeah.
yeah, like I grew up listening to like what my mom listened to,
You're right,
like
yeah.
when they were she listened to Elvis and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I grew up listening to like the American Graffiti soundtrack. So
yes.
WAP and 50s and yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. Number 2, Superstition by Stevie Wonder. Need I say more?
Wash your face and hands. Let me go the problem. Do all that you can.
Such a good song. And again,
Oh, yeah.
Stevie
It's
Wonder is
great.
one of those people that I just forget I like. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like him.
Super.
Oh,
That's got to be the
man.
funkiest song ever made. I love that.
It's good. I'm a big fan of Living for the City, Living just in...
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Sir Duke. All that stuff. It's awesome.
Those seem to be the most relevant, so I shall leave it at that. I would like to ask a question. Do you ever receive hate mail? If you do,
Oh, Luke.
what do you do about it?
We
You
don't
have to
read
answer
it.
if you don't feel like it.
We really don't. We
We've
not.
received a couple of strongly worded emails.
but we still
To be
we
fair, I feel like they're usually targeted towards me. Like,
but we read all of them. I don't remember a time that we haven't
no,
read.
there've been 2 or 3 we haven't read.
Oh, that's true.
I
That's true.
got a
That's
very
true.
bad one And
Yeah.
it really affected me.
It sent Doug into a
That's true. No,
spiral,
that's
and
true.
I
That's
was
right.
like,
Yeah, I
I was
forgot
like,
about that one,
Doug,
yeah.
you cannot. I was like, do not let these people
Yeah.
it is not that serious. Like
It
people take
was
it.
No.
I don't know.
It was a lesson learned.
Because I think because I'm online all day with my job, so I constantly see and like get comments on articles and stuff. And so I'm just like, okay, a perfect example is last week we picked up a story that I wrote, like we picked it up from the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail had the original story. We picked it up, cited Daily Mail, and it was about Marilyn Monroe and this retired police officer or somebody that wrote a book saying that they thought they'd found her diary. And I got this strongly worded email from someone else that had written a book about Marilyn Monroe that was like, I can't believe they asked me to make like a change, an edit, because what I wrote was ludicrous. And it was like, and they ended it with like, it is very embarrassing. And I'm like, who's really embarrassed here? Should be embarrassed here. Someone that looked up the author of a story that was picked up from the Daily Mail, or is it me just doing my job? So yeah, I get a lot of, I laugh at it. It makes me laugh.
That's
so
right.
yes,
Yeah, we don't get much, and
not much.
I think we've gotten maybe 3 or 4 total ever, something like that. But yeah, we read pretty much everything. So yeah.
Yeah, if they're super hateful, I don't read them because I'm not giving. If y'all are going to be hateful, I'm not giving you the time of day.
That's right. All right. Next email is from Mimi. Hey, gang. I'm Mimi from England, and I love Stranger Things and your podcast. I'm 15 years old, and I only started listening to your podcast in November, and I was hooked. I love it so much. My favorite character is Robin, and I relate to her a lot. I'm so glad she had a big role in season 5, and I love her opening speech that tells us all that we missed between seasons 4 and 5. I'm obsessed with Maya Hawke, and I'm so sad that her music tour is only in America, as I'm a diehard fan. I'm also a fan of Joe's music. Joe's band, Joe's music. Anyway, my favorite seasons are 1 and 3. Season 1 is incredible and so wonderfully put together and mysterious. However, it doesn't have Robin in it, so that's its only flaw. I love the Stranger Things books, but especially Rebel Robin, because it's about Robin during the time frame of seasons 1 and 2 before she joined the gang. As a gay teenage girl, I relate to her a lot, and I wish I had her hair. I think my favorite season for Robin was 4 because the hair and outfits were so cool, and I also loved Eddie Munson. He's so cool. Anyway, I think my favorite episode is the Mall Rats. It's just vibes. One thing about me, all right? Seriously, like everybody has taste and opinions, right? I love it. Yeah. It's just vibes. One thing about me is I love films and TV shows about a group of teens hanging out in the summer having fun, which is why I also like It Chapter 1 and Stranger Things. I hate horror, though, since I'm a massive wuss, and when I watch It, I skip past all the clown bits. I wish they would edit all those out and post a new movie called It for boring people. It would be a short movie, but you know, I don't know if you guys have watched it, but obviously it has Finn Wolfhard in it. We have Whitney and I saw it together actually in Cleveland. So
were we in Cleveland or Boston?
I think we're in Cleveland, weren't we? It's 2017.
I can't remember. It was Cleveland or Boston. I can't remember.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have watched it. Finn's in it. Blah blah blah. My second favorite, my very 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 close second favorite character is Barb. And this might seem funny, but I really see myself in her. And when she died, it shocked me and I cried a lot because I decided she was my favorite character the first time I watched her. Not to anger Whitney, but I love season 5, especially episode 4, because Robin's speech was so relatable and the way it plays over the old tapes of Mike and Will was so nice over the 8mm.
Oh, I love that part.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry for this long rambling email. I love your podcast and I'm so glad you're carrying it on. Have a lovely day and I hope to email again soon. P.S. I have ADHD and dyslexia, so I've tried to say and spell everything well, but sometimes even autocorrect doesn't understand me. So sorry if this email is a bit tricky to read. Not at all.
No.
And thank you very much for writing in, Mimi. That was great. It was a really good email. Loved it.
Okay, next up we've got an email from Harry. He says, "Hey Scoopers, I do have 3 things to say about needle drops. First, the Lost Sister has the coolest and the worst needle drops in the show, playing Runaway." Are we playing the clip again?
She's a little runaway. Daddy's girl and fast. All the things he couldn't say.
While Elle is actually running away is clearly the worst.
Yep.
We did talk about that. Yep.
Not because the song is bad, but because it is clumsy and on the nose. Please let Bon Jovi know that I'm aware that she's a little runaway because I am looking right at the screen. Oh, Harry, that is Millie's father-in-law. Maybe
That's right.
maybe
Yes.
maybe she wanted that song in there.
Could be.
Bad Gadgets, Back to Nature.
Back to nature, putting bodies in the sun. Back to nature, just like lemmings.
However, is the coolest, although if the showrunners thought the coolness of the song would impart some level of coolness to Callie's crew, I have some bad news to report.
Oh, that crew.
That's
You know, I
a
was,
crew.
I was
Oh, Axl.
rewatching it. I used to be all down on Axel, and this time I was really fixating on that pseudo Harley Quinn girl with a giant bow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like,
Yeah.
get her out of here. She
Get her off my
sucks.
screen. I don't want to see this.
What? I'm like, what is she doing?
Yep.
What were any of them doing?
Right.
I don't know. Damn crew.
Second, in the 5th season, I laughed aloud when Mike started playing Human Cannonball by the Butthole Surfers.
And tonight, you're probably feeding like a human cannibal.
I know exactly one song by the Butthole Surfers.
Now you know two.
I know Pepper.
Yeah, Pepper.
Yeah. Yep.
I was
so-
really psyched that made it in because I don't know if you guys know, but there is a very popular punk pop song by Pennywise. A lot of alliteration there.
You're right.
Called Bro Him. And it is the biggest ripoff of a song ever of Human Cannibal.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yes.
I don't know it.
And they play it at sporting events. I'm like, ugh. I just wanted the world to hear Human Cannibal.
Yeah.
And Stranger Things did it for me.
There you go.
The musical choices in the show had gone pretty mainstream in later seasons, and this was a welcome bit of chaos amidst all the pop and alt pop. I can't help but wonder, though, if this was a song Mike would choose, or one that Finn would choose. There's no record shop in Hawkins that we ever saw, and no college radio station. Where could Mike have heard of it? I guess there's a possible John to Will to Mike pipeline, but this particular song seems too raucous for Jonathan's taste. To me, it seems more like a Finn thing. Third and last, in my opinion, the best, by which I mean most effective needle drop in the show, is Nocturnal Me by Echo and the Bunnymen. Which plays at the end of season 1, episode 5, when the little tree portal begins to close, trapping Nancy in the Upside Down. I get goosebumps every time. But I'd like to
That was a
throw
good
a
one.
question. Sorry. But I'd like to throw a question out to the scoopers to ask if A, they feel that too, and B,
Yep.
why is it so effective? I have no idea why that song works so well in that moment, and I seek insight from others who are more musically minded. That's all. Thanks, and keep on keeping on. Harry in Seattle.
Well, Harry's 100% right. I feel like that is, without a doubt, the most effective needle drop in the whole show. And I never heard that song either until
Yeah,
I watched the
I
show.
knew Echo and the Bunnymen, certainly.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that song either. But it's a perfect song in that moment, and I think
Yeah.
it's because it's so. It's not really atonal, but you know what I mean. It's got kind of like a haunting melody.
It's haunting. It's sinister.
Yeah, it's not very poppy or melodic, I guess. And the thumping drum, and then obviously, the lyrics, the nocturnal, because we're at night in the forest when everything's going on. So, I think it's because it was a relatively unknown song. But
I think that definitely helps.
and Echo and the Bunnymen were certainly not at all mainstream by any stretch. So, I think that was one of Nora Felder's brighter moments in the
that's
show.
good.
Yeah.
I think the song is haunting for, an elusive reason that you can't exactly put your finger on. And at this point, I think we're going into the Upside Down for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And, or we don't know what's happening in there. It's
Right.
an unknown. So it's
Yep.
sort of this nice parallel between the emotions and the literal experience.
Right. I agree.
Plus, there's like a tree there. It's got like the tree's got like a Sleepy Hollow vibe, which kind of works with the tone of the song as well. It was just perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah, and it is.
Well,
It was
season
one of the,
one's pretty close to perfect in general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But that was a really great moment with Nancy and Jonathan, and despite the Nancy of it all,
Nancy.
Nancy.
Yeah. Also, why did you go in? Why did you go in there? That's what's funny to me.
We don't know
She's looking for Barb.
at this point. We don't know.
I suppose so, right? She's looking for Barb.
Yep.
All right, good. You know what? Look at you, Whitney, with the answers.
Yeah.
How'd you guys not know that? That was her whole point.
I mean, yes, clearly that's what she's doing. Yeah. They went out Barb hunting. Yeah.
There we go.
They just found the deer, but yeah.
Oh, that's a jump scare that I always forget about. That deer.
Yeah.
I don't like it because I don't like seeing the little dead deer. It made me sad.
Yeah, it was very sad.
Yeah, it's like half dead too. It's like half.
It makes a
breathing, I think.
sound.
Yeah.
It does.
I don't like it.
Sorry.
Gross.
Sorry to get all graphic about it. All right, next one's from George or Jorge. Which one we going with?
Well, his email is George. He signed it Jorge, so I don't know.
One or the other.
We're going
Ahoy there.
Jorge.
All right.
No offense, Jorge or George. It's just,
Ahoy there.
But if you'd like to in your next email, tell us how to pronounce your name. That would be welcome.
Oh my gosh. Getting silly. All right, ahoy there. It's my first time emailing.
It's probably his last too.
I'm going to try to keep it short. We'll see
Okay.
about that.
Okay.
My top 5 needle drops are number 5, Every Breath You Take. Sorry, I was going in there.
Oh, you're going backwards. What are you doing to me?
I was doing a countdown. His number one choice. Separate. I mean, that is great. Right?
That is
Walking
that's
Out.
one of my top 3 favorite songs ever.
Oh, look at you.
Love that song.
Because it's about being a stalker.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why I like it.
Cool.
Yep.
Jorge's number 4, Landslide from 5/8.
And if you see my reflection in snow-covered hills where the landslide brings down.
Landslide.
Mm.
One of those songs that if someone asked me if I liked it, I'd be like, I hate that song. And then when it's, hang on, you didn't let me finish. And then it comes out, I'm like, nah, I don't hate it. It's obviously wonderful.
Yeah. I'm kind of,
Obviously, I love it. It's actually my favorite song ever.
my gut instinct is that I hate it, but no, I really do love it.
In reality, I love it.
If anybody asks, I will disavow any knowledge of this song, but I really do like it.
There's a lot of like Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac songs that are like that for me. Like if someone were to ask me, I'd be like, meh, not for me. And then,
Edge of 17. I love Edge of 17.
That is not even Fleetwood Mac.
No,
is
it's
it?
Stevie Nicks. It's Stevie Nicks.
Oh.
He said Stevie Nicks.
Oh,
I did say
And
Stevie
Fleetwood
Nicks.
Mac.
all right. I mean, Silver Springs. You just can't go wrong. Like it's just no.
But yeah, I like a lot
love
of Fleetwood Mac. Tusk is great.
Yes,
Hold Me,
The Chain.
Little Lies, The Chain, Everywhere. Yeah. Tango
What's
in
the
Night.
song where it's like real upbeat and fast? What is that song? I don't know. I don't
Lindsey
have to-
Buckingham did Holiday Road. So
I do love that song.
That song is great.
Just reminds me of the Griswolds.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of Insider by Tom Petty, which features Stevie Nicks. I love
Oh, there you
that
go.
song.
Yeah.
Off of Hard Promises.
Yeah.
Track
I
2.
didn't like them using that in season 5, but
Landslide? You didn't like him
Landslide?
using it?
no. I don't want them
Why?
to use any good music in season 5 because it
Oh my
sucks.
God, you are so spiteful. All right, number 3, ye old Running Up That Hill from 4/4.
He says they're running on that road, they're running on that hill.
Number 2, everyone's tearjerker. When it's cold, I'd like to die.
I mean, how bizarre is it that we're like, what, an hour plus into this podcast, and this is the first time we've mentioned Moby or Kate Bush?
I know.
We're talking about needle drops.
It's so good.
I don't wanna swim forever. When it's cold, I'd like to die.
Oh my
The
God.
best part of that was all the TikToks that were coming out before part 2 and the finale dropped of season 5, and everyone was using that song, and it was just like a picture of like people crying, and it was like
Yep.
me on Christmas Day when I learned that Steve doesn't make it or something.
Right.
Everyone was just like, there were so many good TikToks with
There
that
were,
song.
And number 1, Separate Ways from
Yeah.
4/8.
Still so good.
Yep. A few, maybe a tiny bit more than a few. Shout outs to Purple Rain, Hero, Sweet Jane, Cold as Ice, Should I Stay or Should I Go, Hazy Shade of Winter, and I Think We're Alone Now. Yeah, Sweet Jane was good too.
Sweet Jane. I love Sweet Jane.
Keep up the good work with the podcast. Are you guys planning on discussing Tales from 85 at all in the near future? Even if it's just one episode covering the whole series. Yeah, sure, maybe.
Of course we are.
We don't know.
Of course we are.
Anyways,
Not a whole episode on it, but we will talk about it in the.
Well, I mean, we've already talked about it.
we'll see how good it is. Maybe it's super good.
Might be good.
I'm not watching it. out of
Oh,
spite.
God, you're boycotting it.
Just out of spite.
Oh,
Yep.
my God.
You ever watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yep.
Hey, did you see the episode where Larry David builds a spite store? That's
Yeah.
going to be me. Larry's Lattes.
Anyways, over the next however many podcast episodes, I hope to get Whitney to change her mind a
Nope.
tiny bit about season 5. Ooh, haha. Best wishes, Jorge, one of season 5's biggest fans.
No, George A. I will not.
All right. Next email is from Beth. Hey, guys. It was super difficult to pick 5 songs, so I cheated a little by including both Prince songs as number 1. I was surprised that season 3 is my favorite because it's fun, but none of these songs even made my initial list. Not only that, but seasons 4 and 5, my least favorites, both ended up with 2 songs each. So, in no particular order, When Doves Cry and Purple Rain by Prince, White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane,
And if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall, tell 'em a hookah smoking caterpillar has given you the call.
California Dreamin' by the Beach Boys, Time After
Oh.
Time by, I know, Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper. So,
There we
redeemed
go.
herself.
Okay, there we go.
And of course, Spellbound by Suji and the Banshees.
Following the footsteps of a red dawn, what's the orange horns? Spellbound. Following the footsteps of a red dawn, what's the orange horns? Spellbound.
So thank you, Beth. Great email.
Wasn't White Rabbit in The Matrix?
I watched it once and never watched it again and don't know. It was in
You
Cable
only watched
Guy.
The Matrix once?
Yep. It was in Cable Guy. Jim Carrey does a karaoke.
Oh, I feel
version
like
of
it's been
Cable
in
Guy.
a ton of movies.
No, it's not White Rabbit. It's he does Don't You Want Somebody to Love? The other.
Oh, you're right. He does. That's right.
Yes.
I was thinking, don't somebody love. Yeah,
White Rabbit. It's in lots of things.
it is. Yeah, totally is.
Yeah, it's always when someone's doing drugs.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
like
pretty
tripping.
much. Yep.
Or when someone's about to get shot with a silencer.
Right.
Oh, yes, that too. Yeah, which now I know this is not even related to what we're talking about. It is related to someone being shot in the movies. Mike, I can't watch a film or TV show with him because now whenever we watch them, and he's done this for years, he'll be like, oh, if they're wearing a white shirt. Because if they're wearing a white shirt, they're almost always, and there's a chance somebody's going to die. It's if they have a white shirt on. I didn't know this. And now
For
I
the
found it
blood?
out.
I did not know that either.
So that the blood
Interesting.
shows.
Oh, clever. Okay.
Yeah. So now every movie will also be ruined.
Great.
for
Thanks
me.
for ruining it, Mike.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Everyone listening now,
Yeah.
you two
Send your strongly lettered, strongly worded letters to
to Mike.
in
Yep.
Kentucky. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Next up, we have an email from Nate. He says, "Hello, strangers. I refrained from sending an email during the height of the emotional turmoil of season 5, but I'm back to give you my thoughts. Actually, Whitney voiced my opinions pretty well." And that's all he says about it.
Yep.
And then he says, "Needle drops I can get behind. Here are my top picks. Separate Ways, Running Up That Hill. Like Lucas, I'm tired of this now, but it wouldn't be a true top 5 without it. All the music used for the snowball, and then Dixon and Stein, She'll Kill You, Eulogy, Soldiers, The First I Love You, and Will the Wizard."
Yeah, we didn't really even mention, I mean, we wouldn't because they're not needle drops, Dixon and Stein at all, but I love Soldiers. I have that permanently on the side.
Nothing.
Nope, I did. That was the right button, but it's the wrong song. But that's the one, kind of the ding ding song.
No, it's good.
Yeah, I really
I just like Kids. I think that's my favorite.
I'm addicted to Kids for sure.
Yeah.
I just listen to that. That's on like my playlist.
I hope you're enjoying your chicken.
No, they're all wrong. Why are all my buttons wrong? But I had both of those songs on my thing, so.
Yeah.
I hope you're enjoying your chicken, Ted.
Whatever.
What I do.
What I do.
All right, next one is from Arthur in England. Arthur's a little fired up here. Let me just rattle this up.
Because of me.
No, I was the one bad-mouthing Will the most.
I thought it was me over Billy.
Yeah, who knows? Hi, Scoops Troop. I hope you guys had a great month. Will literally got taken away at the age of 11 or 12 for like a month and got like weird slug things shoved down his throat. Slew of slugs.
True.
Dustin's cat died. Max got possessed. Mike is clueless and heartless. 11 is a punk-ass liar.
Not true.
Kelly plays no important role whatsoever.
Big picture, kind of true.
Nancy's mom gets mauled alive by a Demogorgon.
True.
Everybody is just like boring. Will is upset. He has feelings too.
Billy that he has feelings.
Will has feelings. We all know Will has feelings. And
he has so many feelings.
Noah
he couldn't
has feelings
stop
too.
talking about his feelings. And that's why he gets on my nerves.
Yep.
Billy is still the best character. Also, I think season 6, if it was to be thought out properly, could be much more emotional than the respectfully terrible last episode. The other thing I would keep is Joyce cutting off Vecna's head. By the way, I'm going to see the first Shadow in August, and I'm so excited. Sincerely, Arthur.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Arthur.
I hate the head chop. Ugh.
Yeah.
It was so dumb.
Cheesy.
It's just too many.
11 whacks.
11 whacks.
Sorry, Arthur. We don't mean
All
to
right.
be on your parade.
Next to the penultimate email is from Ellie in Greece, who finally got her Lucy Constall.
Oh, thank God.
After all kinds of running around and stuff, but she says she got the Dusty Bun one, so she's all excited. This is what it looks like. It's not hers, but it's exactly what it looks like. So she was very excited. Took a good several weeks to get there, but yay, Ellie. She says, "Hey, Collin and Whitney and Doug, the show is very well known for its iconic needle drops. Well, all except for season 5. So here are Ellie's top needle drops of the whole show in order of appearance. Number 1, Hazy Shade of Winter. Number 2, Heroes, the Peter Gabriel version. Number 3, Time After Time. Number 4, Every Breath You Take. Number 5, Material Girl. Number 6, We'll Meet Again, which is the one that I thought that I had, but I didn't.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we.
That's when Billy's running out, right?
Yep. And number 8, Separate Ways. Number 9, Upside Down, Diana Ross.
Upside down, boy, you turn me inside out and round.
And then finally, Running Up That Hill, which was just played, obviously, through the entire show. Oh, sorry.
I'm glad someone mentioned Diana Ross, Upside Down.
Yeah.
I thought that was good needle
That's
drop.
very good.
I've been getting more and more into that as the time has gone by.
Yeah. Bye, Ellie. And then finally, our last email is from Mia. She says, "Hey, friends, I'm a middle-aged Who's Your Mom nurse, podcaster, and comedian. who lives a couple of hours north of where Hawkins is likely located. In January, I lost my 7-week-old grandnephew, and the day of the funeral, I got a call from my sister that my soul dog had died suddenly and prematurely. In the early weeks of my grief, I dissociated by watching Stranger Things. It became my Band-Aid. But I still needed a Band-Aid to wear to get through my workday, and that brings me to why I'm emailing you guys. You became my Band-Aid. When I couldn't watch the shows at work, I could sit in the quiet of my office and listen to you all recap each episode. So I wanted to reach out and thank you for making the days bearable and walking beside me in my grief, even if you didn't realize you were on the journey with me. You have all created something fun, funny, and incredibly clever, and I am forever grateful for the safe space you created in my grief. Stay strange, my friends, from Mia.
Yeah.
So
that is so sweet. I'm so sorry about your grandnephew.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And your dog.
Yeah, and your dog. That's awful.
Yeah. But thank you, Mia. It
Thank
means
you.
a lot. I really appreciate that. So
And especially coming from a
sure.
comedian telling us we're funny.
right?
Come on now.
Not so
That's okay.
bad.
Right?
And a podcaster. So a fellow
Yes.
podcaster and comedian. So
Pat myself on the back.
there we go.
I mean, I'm also a big fan of her sneaking in dissociate, the
Right.
controversial word
right?
of the
Oh,
season.
Nice.
Yes.
Clever.
Yes. Dissociated. She did not say disassociate.
Correct. Because correct.
No, you were proven wrong.
No.
It is a word.
It is a word, but it was not used in the right context. But yes.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. Okay, so that does it for us. We will be back on April 16th. I think we have decided we're going to do 2 more Scoops Ahoy kind of things, and then we will embark on a distant shore and a new journey and a whatever, and we're still
Under the Scoops brand. But
under the Scoops brand, but we're going to kind of take some time and figure that
we're
out.
going to
But
figure out what.
we will have episodes on, I think, the 16th and the 30th, and the 16th is the next one, and we are going to do our show superlatives episode. So MVP of the show, best line of the show, most Stranger Thing of the show, and most spirited or 80s thing of the show. We will each have our lists. You guys can write in your own list. Obviously, we'd love to hear everybody's superlatives, not by season, but overall for the entire show. And then we'll have a couple additional lists of our own that we're going to make up too, that we'll get to when
Will
time
we?
comes. But
Cold
will I
opens.
just
Oh,
show
yeah.
up?
Doug and I will. So yeah,
I'll just show up and
I
make it
know.
up
I will
as
be
go.
thoroughly prepared.
you will no doubt.
Doug will
show
be
up.
prepared.
Yes.
I will just be here.
So that'll be
We'll
April
have to sneak
16th.
in some music too.
Get your emails in by Sunday, April 12th. So right around tax day, if you're an adult.
Oh, yes. And remember, if you want to get in touch with us, you can always email us at scoopshoypod@gmail.com. And you can check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. We're under Scoops Hoy Pod on Twitter and Facebook. And then we have a link to our Discord pinned on both of those pages. So please remember to leave us a rating, or better yet, a review on iTunes, because that helps us get in front of other listeners like yourself. So
Absolutely.
I want to thank everybody for listening, and I hope you tune in next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Stranger Things audio clips and official score are the property of Netflix. Incidental music by Blue Mount Score from Pixabay.